Hello everyone, gonna jump into another screen share today, show some of the progress I've made on the web framework. So initially in the project source, in the app directory, we have layouts and we have now the ability to do named files in the root. So we've got like the about page here. That will work now instead of having to do uh, index files nested in a folder. And then so this one is actually going to be transformed to, it'll be named, nested, and then index.html. So the slash route will be named, nested, and then something like this would be like one. And then so this will be at /1, then this will be at /1 2. And then in the test page here, that'll be at /test page, but you also see we have this layout reset. And that is going to override the main layout. However, the layout in the main root of the app directory is going to basically work for any of the nested files that we have unless you have a reset. So those are the features that I worked on in the past couple days, and we'll just kind of look at some of the code. So we moved. I'm no longer doing the main file in the compiler directory. I'm just moving it. I moved it to the root of the source directory because I think I'm just going to handle everything with one Go module. I don't want people to have to download multiple binaries. So I moved that up there, but in the compiler, we still have our options is all the same. The parser is basically the same. I made a few changes we'll look at, and then most of the work is done in this compiler.go. So real quick, just to do where like the about will now be in /about index when it gets compiled. So we'll look at the build app. See, now we have app index named, nested, index, but the components still has the same orientation as it did before in that way. So anyway, let's look at, I guess since I just mentioned that, let's look at how I did that. We did the new function, takes an isAppter boolean, and that allows me to, so we don't mess with the component or any of the imported components. It only does that in the does the index nesting in the appter, because those are our pages. And we did that by adding this code here, saying if it's appter, and then just this code. Um, um, yeah, and I excluded the layouts because you don't want that to happen in layouts. That would mess things up. But anyway, so we're getting just this rel here, and move that down, do like that, and then we're just creating that new path. It's all that's happening there. So then the kind of the juicy stuff that I worked on is here in the compiler, which I don't even think we had this folder at all, or this file at all in the last screen share. So what we're doing is we're calling compile. It's building a page graph with this walk directory here. And so that is building the page graph on each file. And let's look at what the page graph is real quick just before we move forward. And that'll give you a sense of kind of where we're going. Okay. And because I've got the screen share going, it's taken about 6 milliseconds, but it usually does it in more like 2 to 3 milliseconds. But we have a map And in this map, we have, this is a key slash. So that would map to the root of the app directory. And the layout for the root of the app directory is this file here. So we just got this layout JSON. It's relative to the where we're building in this cache directory here. So this is the layout. Then where's the next one starts? Down here we've got about, and about has layout paths at the root layout because there's no layout in the about folder. The one that I did, test page, has a layout reset. So if we find test page, let's see, where is that at? Test page. No, where did it go? Oh yeah. So this is the test page key, and then this is the map here. So the layout paths for the test page are in test page reset HTML. So, and that gets mapped to that JSON file. So that was a kind of a cool thing that I put together. So we've got nested layouts at this point that you can reset. And let's see, let's jump in. And what else do we have? I'm doing that in the assign layout function, which will read a little bit of down here. Some of the code you'll just have to check on GitHub. It'd be tough for me to kind of go through, piece by piece. Some of these algorithms get fairly complex. If I don't, they're just kind of tricky to kind of wrap your head around. Like I don't even know if I could explain them that well. They just kind of, I got them to work. So anyway, but the assign layout is just kind of looping over the keys, putting it into a slice, and that way we can sort the slice so that we're sorting it in a way that, well, I guess I can print out the keys. That would be something to see. All right, we'll run dev command again. So you'll see the keys are sorted in kind of from the root down, sort of alphabetically, doesn't matter, but it's kind of from the root down. So that way any sort of nested layouts can be kind of picked up. And I wonder now that I have this, if it'll work right. Let's add a new file here. Let's add a layout dot reset. Or how about just a regular layout dot HTML? Wonder if this will work. So now in the about, that's about. So here's our about key, layout paths at layout.json. So, all right. Well, that was a case that I didn't account for. So I'm going to have to go back in and double check that that's working. Maybe let's try it one more time, see if that works. So layouts.json. So that's an edge case I didn't plan for, and I'm gonna have to fix that. But we'll just keep looking at sort of what we got. Put a slot in here. And we'll save that. So anyway, so I'm putting the keys in. That way we can loop over the keys and sort of just pull out the information that we need from there. One of these things I'm having to use a goto. So if the parent layout has what does this do? I think this is where this handles the reset case. So parent layout, string slice. So if it contains so this is just a deduplication situation here. I forgot. There's not much to it that way. So again, this is kind of pretty dense as far as these algorithms go. So I'm not going to explain them completely on the stream, but I just wanted to show you kind of what this the new features can do. So I got to jump in and fix that edge case, and then I'll probably do a stream tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.